ने कराची के लिए ऐलानात किए, लेकिन आज कराची समेत पूरे सिंध का वही हाल है।
वफाकी हुकूमत, पीटीआई की हुकूमत जो कि बहुत दावे नारे लगाकर आई थी कि वह एहतसाब करेगी, वो लोगों के हुकूक दिलवाएगी, आज उसकी कमजोर पीटीआई की
and responsive member in the Committee of Nations. We want to anchor our international engagement in economic cooperation and the inextricable link between peace and development. Our focus is shifting from geopolitics to geoeconomics. As an emerging market of 220 million people, 60% of whom are below the age of 30 years, Pakistan offers a multitude of opportunities for trade and investment. Anchored in economic security, Pakistan is focused on 1. Connectivity by promoting trade, transit and energy flows among Central and South Asia and Middle East. 2. Providing economic basis as a development strategy. And 3. Peace within our borders and beyond. Distinguished colleagues, peace and stability in Afghanistan are paramount in realizing our vision of regional economic integration and trans-regional connectivity. Pakistan wishes to see an end to the Afghan conflict through a negotiated political settlement. We have long maintained that there is no military solution in Afghanistan. We remain committed to an Afghan-owned, Afghan-led peace process. Pakistan has consistently supported the peace process, and our facilitation culminated in the US-Taliban peace agreement and subsequent commencement of intra-Afghan negotiations. We believe a negotiated political settlement is the only way forward. Pakistan and the European Union have a common interest in bringing peace and stability in Afghanistan. As a shared responsibility, Pakistan will continue to play a role in facilitating the Afghan peace process. Distinguished colleagues, the current peace process is a historic opportunity for a political solution. All Afghan parties must seize it to end the conflict and bring sustainable peace to Afghanistan. There are elements both inside and outside Afghanistan which do not want peace and security. We should remain vigilant of mechanisms of such spoils. A high level of violence in Afghanistan remains a major concern. All parties to the conflict, including the Taliban, must agree on reduction in violence, leading to a comprehensive ceasefire. Continued violence following withdrawal of the US and NATO forces could potentially lead to rise in drug production and exodus of Afghans from their country. Pakistan stands as a gatekeeper in stemming the flow of illegal migrants and narcotics from Afghanistan. We've been hosting millions of Afghan refugees for over 4 decades now, the longest protracted refugee population of modern times. We look forward to an early, dignified and sustained return of Afghan refugees to their homeland through a well-resourced and time-bound roadmap supported by the international community. We recognize European Union's consistent efforts as well as stakes in the Afghan peace process and its future role in the reconstruction and economic development post-withdrawal. Pakistan-EU cooperation would be important in preserving the political, economic and social gains of past 2 decades, as well as rehabilitation of the Afghan refugees. Announcement of withdrawal of international troops by 11 September 2021 has created a situation where Afghanistan will need ever greater assistance and support by the international community. Pakistan will continue to assist Afghanistan for post-conflict development and reconstruction. We reiterate our hope that the Afghan parties will seize this historic opportunity to establish inclusive, broad-based, and comprehensive political settlement among them. Distinguished colleagues, Pakistan remains firmly committed to improving relations with all its neighbors, including India. Unfortunately, our overtures for peace were not reciprocated by India. Instead, it unilaterally and illegally moved to change the status of Jammu and Kashmir, a UN-recognized disputed territory, and vitiated the environment for dialogue. The onus is now on India to create an enabling environment. The Jammu and Kashmir dispute is indeed the single highest obstacle, biggest obstacle in the way of building a durable and lasting peace in South Asia. A solution in accordance with the relevant UN Security Council resolutions and the wishes of the Kashmiri people is indispensable. The region's strategic stability is threatened by the growing conventional asymmetry between Pakistan and India. Pursuit of discriminatory approaches by certain states to supply advanced military hardware and sensitive technologies, and adoption of offensive force postures and doctrines by India vitiate the atmosphere. EU Disinfo Lab unearthed India's nefarious activities, and we continue to urge EU authorities to take notice of this massive misinformation campaign against Pakistan and not let third countries misuse the name of EU institutions. Distinguished colleagues, we firmly believe that there is enormous potential in further expanding Pakistan-EU partnership in diverse fields. If I were to identify potential areas for future cooperation, they would include trade and investment, climate change and sustainable development, digitalization, migration and mobility, Afghan peace process, preserving political, economic and social gains of the past 2 decades, reconstruction of Afghanistan post-withdrawal, science and technology, education and culture, parliamentary exchanges and people-to-people contacts, and joint efforts to promote interfaith harmony and tolerance. Pakistan remains ready to play its part for positive and productive partnership with the European Union. I would like to conclude my remarks with the message that Pakistan considers the EU a highly valued partner and remains open to engagement on all issues. Honourable Chair, I would also like to extend an invitation to the EFET Committee under your leadership to visit Pakistan at an early date where a warm welcome awaits. I thank you for this opportunity to interact with this august forum. Thank you.
वज़ीर ख़ारजा शाह महमूद कुरैशी यूरोपीय पार्लियामेंट फ़ॉरेन अफेयर्स कंपनी के कमेटी के वर्चुअल इजलास से खिताब कर रहे थे। उन्होंने कहा कि यूरोपीय ममालिक के बढ़ते हुए इस्लामोफोबिया और अदम बर्दाश्त के रवैये की नफ़ी करनी होगी। चाहते हैं कि यूरोप पाकिस्तान से तजारती मौक़े से फ़ायदा उठाए। मसला कश्मीर का हल होना ख़ित्ते में इस्तेहकाम के लिए ज़रूरी है।
इस वक्त मुआवन खुसूसी उस्मान डार कामयाब जवान प्रोग्राम के हवाले से तकरीब से खिताब करें, आपको लिए चुनेंगे।
कैसे बन सकते हैं आप लोग? कामयाब जवान .gov.pk पे जाएं। कामयाब